Good morning, welcome to Morning Review. This is Kim Watson speaking on Thursday, the 24th of March. So, looking at the Eurodollar first, and I'll just bring up the daily chart. I was looking at this yesterday, discussing the different trend lines that were sitting on here. We've broken all these trend lines, so there's undoubtedly we're now in a downward trend from a daily, or say downward trend. We've at least started a downward trend in the euro. It's not to say we won't get a bounce, but we could well get moving on for the daily 21, which is an obvious sort of area, a target at the moment there. It's a line far above the 4-hourly 200, so it's certainly areas that we could be looking at in just above us there. So let's just look at the 60 minutes, and 60 minutes clear downward trend in this intermediate time frame. In fact, it's almost too neat, and it gets to that point where you're looking for some sort of retracement. It's been down a number of days now, 1, 2, 3, 4, on the 5th day. Downside, I think even no, they didn't. So we've been down for quite a while, and I'm just looking at this point, it may just want to have a bit of a retracement before it continues in this route. Now, retracements could come back towards the daily pivot, 50 MA, but until I mean, it's really, for me, it's got to break the 21 moving averages before I can be looking for the long side. I'm not going to be trying to catch anything here. I've got to wait in the real short-term moves in the moving averages. Short-term market, I need it to break this these 21s, and then I can really shop for a long. But at the moment, it's as I say, clearly down, lower lows, lower highs, below the weekly pivot, daily pivot. We're really heading down quite strongly, so we'll remain bearish on that market. So let's look at the pound dollar, and again, bearish market. We've now had with the doji, then 1, 2, 3. We're on the 4th down day here on the pound at the moment. In fact, it's just change the feed for a moment. There we go. And again, with such a movement down, I'm looking at the potential of a bounce here at some point. Let's just come back where we are. We're pretty close to near-term double bottoms. It may want to come back down to that first. And again, whilst it's in this retracement state, well, I'd rather be looking at longs above the 21 moving averages. It's a long time since it's tested that. Any move into it could end up. I'm just looking at. I'm a bit more positive on cable at the moment. Actually, it's just a couple of things that haven't happened, which may make it come back to that daily pivot, which with the 34 moving average. Now. There may be possible opportunities earlier in the morning to get in a small long position, but it's as I say, got a bit better opportunity from what I'm looking at the moment. But I'd much rather be on the short side on this downward market in general. And in fact, I think I'll just set the same rule that below the 21s, I'll be more bearish, and I'll change that to a more bullish slant with possible opportunities of getting back up towards that 60-minute 50. Okay, dollar yen. So dollar yen's been, well, yesterday pulled back a little bit and just held itself, but pushing up a little bit towards these. Well, it's just hit the daily 21. It's been tested quite a number of times, so it could pop through that on towards the 34, the 4-hourly 200. Still got the potential of getting back towards its monthly pivot there at the moment. It's looking on the bullish side here. Again, we've got the high highs, high lows, and it's looking generally relatively bullish. Just come back to that 4-hourlies. We've got divergence here. We've got a slight divergence on the 4-hourlies there, but so there is a possibility of a little bit of a rollover here. And I'm looking at the current candle, and what we're seeing at the moment is that 500. Maybe it may want to come back towards its 21s, maybe a bit further. It's the upsides are looking weak, certainly as it's sitting at the moment. Now this picture seems about similar-ish in most of the markets now. The Aussie dollar's taken a bit of a hit because we're seeing a decline in commodities, so it's probably no surprise to see that on that basis we're seeing the Aussie rolling over a little bit more. It's bearish engulfing yesterday, big bearish engulfing candle, fully engulfed the prior candle and wick. Well, the path looks for the moment then an intermediate switch to more clearly to the downside. There was a point yesterday I was looking for longs. It just did never cut back to set it up. It was actually around about 11 o'clock, and it never got back to push up. It just rolled over, and since then we've seen it roll over. So again, well, sort of setting hourly bars up, but I'd rather be on the short side, so maybe a waiting game back to the 21 and sell into the 21 or something. But at the moment, I can't really be overly bullish on that market. And the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollars, well, as ever, let's have a quick look at oil. You see oil, well, oil's having a tumble, so that pushes the Canadian dollar up. So let's bring the Canadian dollar back in. So Canadian dollar is being pushed up at the moment. The weakening oil prices, commodities dropping, so it's having the effect on the Canadian dollar, and it is pushing it up. Now, looking from where we are at the moment, daily wise, we could get back towards the 21. It'd be a sort of sensible sort of target from what's going on, so we could easily see a continuation of this move here. It's not quite got up to its R1, but certainly looks like it's on that route. Again, we're seeing weakness in the current candle, but personally, again, I really want to be playing longs on the Canadian dollar. So I need to see retracements, and I'll be looking for the long side. Now we have got the daily pivot below us, which shows a reasonable probability, but we've already moved quite a long way away from that, and it's probably one of the lower probabilities in terms of the dailies. So we could just see a continuation of this move. But as I say, really to get into it, I need to see a retracement, and possibly a clearer retracement than what may have to come back towards the 21s to give me the buy side. So a bit of patience needed this morning looking in these markets. Okay, just look at the news. So news-wise today, got retail sales coming out at 9:30, which will affect the pound dollar, possibly may get a little bit of a kicker from that. And then really it's 12:30, we've got the core durable goods, unemployment claims coming out for the US. So they can give a kicker into the market, so we shouldn't ignore it. And then we run into bank holidays for some of the markets as the time changes. We've got New Zealand, Australia running into bank holidays later in the afternoon, so effectively. So as they switch into their new days. Right, so yeah, pretty much modestly quiet day with news today. Plenty to look at there in terms of, as I say, I'm really needing retraces in a lot of cases to be trying to trade these markets at the moment because of just the way they're trending. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.